Hi guys, it's Faye and welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. Probably see from the title, I am doing a bullet journal flip through of my reading / writing bullet journal. This is the first bullet journal I've done for my reading and writing. I have been doing normal standard bullet journals for a few years now, 4 or 5 years, so I know what works for me and what doesn't. I will say though, with this one I have made a few mistakes which I will talk you through because it's my first time doing it, but I'm enjoying it so far, so let's have a look. Okay, so this took a lot longer to try and set up the tripod and whatnot than I expected, so hopefully it's not awful. But here is my reading and writing bullet journal. It's an Archer and Olive journal. It's one of their Halloween ones with the broom. I just thought it was super cute, and also the sides of the page are silver. Adorable. I made these tabs with just some black card and my stamps that I have, so let's flick through. So got my name page, Faye Liddel, and some stamps. I'm not great at stamps, clearly. There are a few smudges, so bear with me. It's not perfect, it never will be, but I like it. So then I've got my title page, 2023 reading, which is where my reading tab is. Just got some stickers and some washi tape on there just for a little bit of decor. So I've then got a year at a glance. Don't know why. There's nothing under each month at the moment. I might log how many books I read that month and what the books were, but I do have those in the monthly, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this page yet. I just use my metallic pen to do this line, my stamps for the months, and then just a black fine tip pen. I don't know what the brands are because they're not super fancy branded stuff. Most of it's from Amazon or Tesco, so I can't give you the names of what I'm using. So then I've got this books to read, which is my bookshelf. This is a printout because I'm not great at drawing. Then I've got my little colour code down here, so it's by medium. So I've got my physical, Kindle and audio, and I have already finished one physical and one audio book this year, which is Annihilation and the Night Circus. On this side I've got my read everyday tracker, which as you can see I've not been reading every day. These celestial stamps are from Archer and Olive, so I can tell you that bit. I did want to start with colouring the squares, but it didn't look right, so I've just gone into dots instead, again with my silver metallic pen, which was one of my nano prizes actually. So on this page I've got my alphabet challenge here. So I've got A, N and W so far. I'm currently reading Which Sign. I really would recommend it for fantasy lovers, though I am only about 40% through the book, so I might revisit that. This page is going to be my cover page. So of the books that I finish, I'm going to put at the end of each month the little picture of the covers. I've only got 72, I've not got 100 because I don't think I'm going to finish anywhere near this amount of books. So this was plenty for me. So what I'll do in the end of January is I'll fill in the first 3 with these 3 covers, and I will update it on my Instagram if you want to see the end of each month what it looks like. We then go to the next page, which is my TBR. Again, it's not super neat. Mine never are. I try, but it's actually used. So I've just got the topper as my washi tape, which is super cute. It's also a Dutch door spread, so I've got all of my physical TBR on this page. So these are the books I actually own already, and I've got whether they're paperback, hardback, audiobook or Kindle version. So also, excuse my handwriting, I know it's not the best. So again, there's enough space. This is just what I've got on my shelf on my physical TBR at the moment as of January. So I've given myself an extra bit because I know I'm gonna buy more books. Actually, I've already got a book that's on the way, so I'll add that when it gets here. Then I've got my series tracker. Now, I don't know if you can see here, but I'm going to point it out. I did do this page wrong initially. So what I did is I used my craft knife to cut out a page from the back of the journal and just stuck it on top and redid it. And I've covered it with, again, the washi tape, which is super cute. So these are series that I have started or are on my TBR. So far I've only read the first book of each of them, and I've got room for more series if I get to them to start this year, but I don't want to put anything on here that I've not started this year because I'm looking to hopefully move into a new journal next year. Then I've got my how and what, which is just a tracker on what mediums I'm reading in and what genres, basically. As you can see, sci-fi and fantasy, they're my top ones, obviously. And I've done I'm in the middle of reading one paperback and 2 audiobooks. So I'm hoping to do some of these other genres this year as well. And I've got space for a couple more in case I venture outwards, though I don't think that's likely. So on the next page, this is one again that I messed up, but we're working with it. So this is my book wars, I'm going to call it. It is basically my favourite book from each month, and then I will dwindle them down in the first round again, and then until I got my top 4, which, yes, I'm aware this isn't how it's meant to look, but this is what I did. And then on the next page I've got my podium. So I've got my bronze, silver, gold. So this will be the top 3 books of the year when I'm done. Then we move on to the monthlies. Again, just a simple cover with some stickers and some washi tape, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'll show you January. Now, I got inspiration for this spread from YouTube, and I will put a comment about who did it because I can't think right now off the top of my head who I've nicked this idea from. I also saw the shelf idea on Pinterest, which I loved. So basically for January, it is coloured by the book I was reading and how long it took me. So I did actually start Annihilation in December, and I finished it on the 7th of January. And then I started Witch Sign on the 8th of January, and I'm still currently reading that, and I'm hoping to have that finished before the end of January, because I've already put it on my list. This is then my star rating. So the book then goes on the shelf and I go into a star rating. So I gave Annihilation 2. If you want me to talk about that and do an actual review, let me know in the comments down below, but at the minute I'll just leave that as is. So I have set up the next couple. They're all just slightly different: February, March, April, but it's all the same premise. But other than that, there are some blank pages obviously for November. I haven't set them all up just yet. Then we get to the writing section. So this is where my little tab is. So I've got a quote here which says, to write means more than putting pretty words on a page. The act of writing is to share a part of your soul with the world, which I love that. So I've stuck that in, done a little cover again, washi tape and stickers, that is the go-to. And again, this is just card and stamps. So I've then got my Year at a Glance. Now this does have bits in it. So I'm part of the Heart Breathings community, which is why I've got these virtual writing retreats and double down days, because they're part of the stuff run by Heart Breathings. It's a great community. I would recommend it if you are looking for a writing community. It's great. They're lovely. This isn't like a sponsorship or anything. I just really enjoy it. I've then got Camp Nanos in there, Preptober and NaNoWriMo, which we can arguably say is one of the most important months of the year for a writer. You know, bar your publishing date if you already have one. But yeah. So then we go into the monthlies. Now this is just my cover page for January. It's quite simple and I like that, with my favourite quote: "Imagination is the only weapon in the war against reality." I love that. I love Lewis Carroll. I love Alice in Wonderland. It's my favourite, so I had to put that in there. Now, I'm not going to flip through my monthlies for my writing, just because it's a bit more personal. But for the gist of what's in there, I've got my social media trackers, my video idea brain dumps, my word count tracker, my editing tracker, and just bits and pieces that I think is helpful for me. That can be different for everyone, but I will flip a bit further back. So I just thought I would show you this page. So this is my aim to publish tracker. So I've got all the book titles down here, which is what I'm covering with my hand. And then I've done what I think the process should be. Now obviously I've not got very far into the process, so this might not be correct, but it is what it is at the minute. So we start with the idea, the plotting. If it's a half, then it means I've started it but it's not finished. So plotting, first draft, which I've finished one. Beta read after my first draft, which I do. It's more of an alpha read really, because I send it to my best friend, who is amazing. She normally reads the rubbish first draft and gives me some story feedback. I will then go in, is the plan, to go in for the first edit, which will be more grammar, filling in holes and anything that she's mentioned. We'll go into the developmental edit, so story edit basically. Copy edit is then to do with punctuation and spelling, grammar, whatnot. Proofread, again, I've not done these, so I can't say too much on it. We've then got formatting, cover, arcs, publish, and I want to mark for if I make a sale. I'll mark down when I get my first sale, which would be super exciting. Other than that, that is my reading, writing bullet journal. I hope you like this. I will be updating the end of each month on my Instagram, which will be in the description down below if you want to keep up to date. I don't know if you care, but I'm going to do that. Other than that, guys, I will see you next time. Bye.